I really missed the feeling I got back in the age where I could just go to a local store, pick up my game, and come home knowing what I was getting into. Games were much more simpler back then, single player games gave you every bit of content at launch, and multiplayer games didn't sell bonuses at an extra cost, at least with real money. The past decade has been really interesting in seeing this kind of change. Almost half the AAA games nowadays either have some sort of season pass or microtransaction bullcrap available on the side. Hell, Shadow of War that comes out tomorrow has been torn apart these past couple months ever since it was revealed that the game would have microtransactions. The thing is, it's a single player only game. Yes, there are quite a few problems I have with the way games are handled nowadays, but I'll just stick to microtransactions for this video. So, for the one person out there that doesn't know what microtransactions are, they're pretty much the equivalent of a Billy Mays commercial.
But to seal the deal, we'll triple the offer and send you 6 variety cakes for the same low price.
It's developers or publishers trying to sell the average person on shit they don't really need but might find useful. This of course was born on the Android/iOS market, but in the past decade has been pretty much bled through to the consoles now. Of course, this change was very common at first. What started as just cosmetic items turned into buying a weapon or XP boost for just a couple of dollars. Of course, if microtransactions are completely cosmetic and optional, there wouldn't be that big of a problem, but when every single game that comes out at $60, even just to play the game, has this added bullcrap to the side, it's pretty much just a slap in the face to the consumer. To me, microtransactions are best used if they are cosmetic only and your game is free to play, or a game that isn't that costly, maybe like $20. The even greater issue that can arise from this is when a lot of games' basic features are locked away behind a paywall or a ridiculously long grind for it. To me, when I hear this, I immediately think of GTA Online. Anybody that has even gotten near that multiplayer knows damn well what I'm talking about. The game is practically built in a way where it pretty much forces anybody that wants to play the game in an equal playing field to fork over hundreds of dollars. There's a reason why Rockstar has been focused on GTA Online as of late instead of making new games, and you can almost bet that there will be a similar online system with the upcoming Red Dead Redemption 2. Anybody that thinks microtransactions are not an influence on the grind times and in-game prices for these games are kinda kidding themselves. Almost every game out there that has some sort of paywall for convenience was changed to make the person forking out the monies life easier, and the person who goes for it legitimately life so much harder. So with this seemingly horrible practice that is oh so common today, how did this even start and how do they get away with this? Well, it's quite simple. Have an item that you've been wanting to get for the longest amount of time, but it requires a full week of boring repetitive missions to even obtain it. How about you fork over a couple dollars to get it instantly instead? Want the best pro players on your FIFA team? How about opening a few packs? It's a simple cycle. Grind, 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 obtain, and repeat. Developers make it seem like they're doing you a service with offering these bonuses, when in reality, that is not their intention at all. NBA 2K18's Switch version was filled with quite a few bugs at launch, making it very frustrating for those that bought the unfinished port on the Switch. You want to hear the crazy part? Well, the first patch only fixed an exploit that allowed players to get their in-game currency without paying. Sure, why fix the unfinished game that your fans bought when you can fix an exploit that stops you from making money off your cash cow? Microtransactions are there to get money from you and nothing more. Whether we agree that they are bad or not, we can all agree that we're accustomed to seeing them in every single Call of Duty and Battlefield from now on out. But the most shady practice of them all is when these downloadable content can be found in a single player only game. This is why Shadow of War has been getting the bulk of the hate as of late. Hey, that rhymes. I'll say this as clear as I possibly can. Microtransactions have no place and are in no way justifiable to me in being in single player games. This immediately gives me flashbacks to Dead Space 3, which is a clear example of a promised game being ruined due to its quote-unquote downloadable content. What's the point in a game being a game if you could just pay more money to get items instantly? Is it just me or does that sound ridiculous? What's even more ridiculous, however, is that this is supported and caused by gamers. There are two types of people we could thank for this. Those that buy microtransactions and those that don't buy games at full price or don't support developers when they make good content. Game development nowadays is super expensive and has been for quite a while. We all know this. It's easy to write a comment or throw shade at developers and call them greedy, but the truth behind it is they need to make a profit somehow. These games cost hundreds of millions of dollars. The birth of microtransactions came from mobile apps that were initially free but needed to make a profit somehow. The same can be said for game development now on the consoles. If the game doesn't sell well, they need to capitalize on their initial sales and make smaller chunks of cash off the people that already bought their product. The solution is crystal clear. Support developers that do produce good content and are not only just in it for your money. The Witcher 3's Blood and Wine, Hellblade, and Shovel Knight immediately come to my mind. So what's the point of this video? Why am I talking about this? Well, it's clear that this practice is very profitable for one, and is in no way leaving anytime soon. Unless we get to the heart of the problem, which is the people buying this, not the paid content itself, this will continue. I know this video won't be seen by the majority of the people that do this, but for those that do, I just want to make it clear what you are doing. You are spreading a message that this is acceptable and that you will buy this again. In return, publishers see this and will either continue these practices or advance them to make it even more worse. Of course, this is not every game out there. I'd argue that over half the games I bought this year have been under $40 and included the game itself with nothing more. I think it's wiser to support this kind of product rather than the mess that is the AAA market currently. Of course, at the end of the day, I am no way telling you how to spend your money, and to each person their own, but I really wanted to make this video for those that might not be informed as much as I'd like. At the end of the day, more knowledge on what you are buying can only help, right? Thanks for watching, guys, and I appreciate you making it to the end of the video. Let me know what your opinions on microtransactions are in the comments down below. As always, if you like what I do here, make sure to hit the subscribe button to be notified when I make future videos. As always, I've been Online, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.